Alright, just now we finished all the numbers. Decimal, of course, I've left it as a challenge for you. Now let's move on to the operations. They are almost the same. So let's just start with a plus addition, and after that, of course, we have the subtraction. Then you have the multiplication and division. Of course, these are just some basic. Alright, division, multiplication, normally we can put an X, and for the division, there's actually a lot of ways to do it. Of course, you can always go to the internet and look for ASCII code. We can try out the ASCII code if you are interested. So for ASCII code, they are just numbers which you can use to represent a special character. So let's say ASCII code. Okay, what is the ASCII code? You might just want to check. These are the ASCII code. It is basically a accepted American standard version. Okay, let's just click on the ASCII code character set. Alright, so you can see plus, divide. Is there a divide sign somewhere? Okay, divide. Okay, doesn't seem to have one here. Okay, let's just try this one. Character code hexadecimal. Alright. Divide sign. Alright. So it seems like there is no special divide sign. Extended ASCII code. I realize there's a 246. It represents a divide sign. So how do I get a 246 to come out? So basically what I can do is that I can select the text, press backspace. I press the alternate key down, and I press 126, 246, right? Alright, so it doesn't work. Never mind. You can always use a text like this, or you can always go to online and copy the sign in, the divide sign, which is totally possible. Alright, so anyway, you realize there is 4 operations here, plus, minus, times, divide. So what we want to do here is that we would like just to check that the font is correct. Yeah, they're all 12 fonts, 12-point font. So if I were to click 3 plus 3, sounds simple, right? So there must be an equal sign somewhere. Let's just create an equal sign, which gives us the answer at the moment. So let's just call this answer, ANS. Alright, so when I click 3 and plus, when plus is created, I must store the previous number somewhere, right? So I can use it later. So when I click on the plus sign, we must have a public memory, so we must declare a container. Let's call it memory 1, as we can call it a double or float. Okay, so float means that this is a decimal that goes up to quite a big number. Okay, float may not work. Okay, declare memory as a double. Okay, let's try double. Alright, double works. So now we can store the number inside text ones as the memory. So let's try out first, okay? So whatever number that we click, this is the addition. So just write down. Comment is important because as your program gets larger, you need to know where you're going. So addition, first thing first, memory 1. It is equal to whatever is inside the text box 1. Although we put .text, but it will be stored as a number. Next, How do we know it is a memory? So after we click plus, we might click another number. Then when we click answer, so right now we just run it first time to show you. So when I click 3, it is inside text box 1. When I click plus, it will take this 3 and put it inside memory. So once I click plus, actually once it clears the memory, it should actually show a 0 for simplicity's sake also. So after it keeps the text inside the memory, it should clear the text box 1. Just leave it as 0. Alright. So after that, I might click a 3 and I click enter. So this answer here will take text box 1 dot text. It should be equal to whatever is in the memory add whatever is in the text box. Okay, looks simple. So what happens is this: when I run the program, when I click on 3, it appears here. When I click add, you will realize that you put this 3 in the memory and it sets the text box 1 to 0. Now if I want to add another 3, then I put the answer. Once I click on answer, you will take whatever is inside the text box 1 right now. Okay, text box 1 dot text, add to memory, which is another 3, and you'll show back to this text box 1. Let's try. Okay, so it shows you a 6. Alright, so now let's close this. What about minus? If I click on minus, am I going to copy this whole chunk, memory again? And how do I know it's a subtraction now? When I click equal, there's no way that this is the answer, so I just put answer. So it's like equal sign. Okay, basically equal sign. I can put equal signs here also can. So I know answer. So is it going to add again? How does he know that now I've selected subtraction? So it is good to create another variable here. Alright, we just, because there's only 4 operations, we just call it operations as an integer. So actually we don't need so much memory, but we just declare. Alright, so when people click onto plus, we will let the operations be equal to 1. Alright, so for subtraction, the operation is equal to 2. Then after that, of course, I can put it in the same memory. And after that, set it to 0. So now when people press answer, they will first check which operation are we doing. So the first operation is if operations equal to 1, then we do this. Alright, if operation is 1, then we do this. Else if, okay, now we learn else if operations equals to 2, then this is for, you can just put a comment there, is for addition. Then after that, if it's 2, it is for subtraction. Then of course we will take whatever is in the memory and subtract whatever is in the text box. So let's try. Let's try 1 plus 6. Answer is 7. After you can clear this and 8 minus 9. Answer is minus 1. So now you can do the same thing for multiplication and subtraction, which is quite easy. So of course then now you must do the multiplication. Alright, you can of course copy everything from here, just change the writing. Okay, this is for subtraction, but this is a multiplication, so make sure that it is multiplication operation. We change it to 3, then after that of course the same thing occur. But how about number 3? So of course we can copy the same thing here, else if, or you can copy the whole thing here for this last second part, copy, and else if operations equals to 3, that means we are doing multiplication, then of course we will take whatever is in the memory, multiply by the text box, and of course you can do them one shot now for your division. For division operations will be 4, then we'll just take whatever is there and divide. Okay, let's do the division now since we are along this line. So this is for multiplication, then we'll do one more for division. I hope you are following me. Division, so operations will become 4. Then after that, memory is put in the memory and change it to 0. Of course, at the equal, after the whole thing, you might want to clear the memory, put the memory, or put the operations back to equal 0. This is to reset everything in case we accidentally do something wrong. Memory 1 equals 0, so we are just resetting all of them back. Alright, let's try. Alright, so now let's say 0 plus. What if we click plus? 0 plus 3. Answer? 3. Not bad. How about we click 0, 0, 0, clear, then we click 0, 0, 0. 0 divided by 9. Answer is 0. 3 divided by 0. Answer is infinity. Not bad. So after that, let's clear and try. 7 multiplied by 8 plus 7 divided by 8 plus 6. Answer 14. 7 divided by 8. Let's try again. 8 multiplied by 8 should be 64. 64 divided by 2. Answer should be 32. How come it's 4? So at the moment we can only do 2 operations at a time. 72, then we divide by 2. Oops. Let's try again. 8 times 7 equal 56. 56 divided by 2 equal 28 plus 2 equal 30 divided by 3 equal 10 divided by 8 equal 1.25. So 1.25 times 0.5. Alright, we haven't done the decimal yet, so I'll leave the decimal for you to do. So if you want to just pass, you should be able to do all this, but for those who can do decimal and more, you get a appropriate distinction in this module. Okay, all the best for you all. Bye.